我首先在这里呢，要谢谢那个加拿大多元文化传媒媒体人文中心的这样的一个平台，给我们这帮候选人在这边可以介绍自己。因为我觉得他们给这个平台，给我们一个华人出来的推动政治呢，也是我参选的一个目的。因为我作为一个华人呢，也觉得呢，我自己应该出来。我不知道大家有没有今天看那个美国新闻啊？那个奥巴马呢，今天在那个罢工的时候呢，他的那个开一个幕给他呢，就是他也没觉得一个黑人可以当那个总统，所以我们华人先出来呢，站起来，希望推动我们这个华人出来参政。那么我是呢，在那个 Richmond Hill DC 区的那个就是Bathurst的东面。Jefferson 的南面 ，Young 的西面跟那个 Major Mac 的北面，那个区的 Watford。那么我是想推动，因为我本身呢是做商人来的，我想把这个其实我们那个 Richmond Hill Watford 呢是我们 Richmond Hill 的中心地带，都是我们的肾脏。我就希望可以用我这么多年的经验，把它再活化起来，推动一下，因为那边很萧条，还有。那边所有那些关于那个交通啊、文法啊，所有的问题呢，我都可以希望进到议会之后呢，可以一一帮居民解决。最后呢，我知道有很多候选人呢，我只想总结一下，就是你们那个全美跟我一样，我的标语就是实事实干，就希望你们也是这样支持我们，把那个荔枝文推动到一个最宜居的城市，给我们的居民，好吧 ？OK， 谢谢大家了。OK，Thank you。
我其实有参加不是其他活动，因为我们市议会还没有解散，我现在还是市议员，我要赶回去荔枝文山7点30分开市议会，所以对不起，谢谢大家的包容。我的名字叫高文谦陈志辉，在荔枝文山当了10年的市议员。现在竞选的是 Regional Council 的区议员。我祝愿大家中秋快乐。很简单，我希望跟大家分享3个事情。第一，我们大家在任何地方住都是希望安居，对吗？安居就有安全，所以安全这方面呢，我会和约克区警队希望在未来4年，在哪个安全服务措施做得更好。第二，很多人来到这里都是希望经济会好，那个市政府的效率好，所以呢，这方面呢，荔枝文山过去2年已经在那个税务方面是0的增长。我希望有机会未来4年，就是在荔枝文山跟那个约克区，这样那个物业税的率达到最低。第3点很简单，大家都希望住一个城市，那个效率好，康乐那个设施好，还有那个交通服务好，这几方面呢，其实很多人都可能有知道了。所有大的道路 Young Street、石路斋、Major Mac， 这个不是你的城市管理的，是由 Region 约克区管理的。所以我希望，凭着我16年的市政的经验，也曾经在那个约克区议会当了助理员1年，可以记住在交通方面还有其他配套方面做得更好。谢谢大家，祝愿大家有个愉快的晚上。
Hi, good evening, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is An Ho, Markham City Councillor. It's my great pleasure to be here to meet with you all. And as you know, I've registered to be running for regional councillor representing Markham. So I need your support. And also, in the meantime, I would like, to talk with you and also, to exchange ideas with you to see, how we can improve our community and also, to make our city better. Thank you very much. I need your support. Please contact me whenever you have any problems or any issues. And by working together, we will make our city the best in Ontario, if not in Canada. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tony Lam. I'm the candidate for the mayor of Toronto. I live in Toronto for more than 48 years, close to 50 years. I study in Toronto. I work in Toronto. I raised my family in Toronto. And I set up an immigration company in Toronto for more than 33 years and hire more Torontonians to work for my company. In the past decades, I think tens of thousands of new immigrants from all over the world. I know what Torontonians need because I've been working in various NGO and also Scout Canada and also many other non-profit organizations in Toronto. So I know what the multi-diversity is. I know what the ethnic group wants. I know their needs. So I'm confident to become the mayor of Toronto. Especially in Toronto, we have different ethnic groups, especially Asians. We have more than 500,000 and more multicultural minority in Toronto. So my platform will be to fight against the crime. As we are aware, there's a lot of robbery of car, burglary, and also a lot of crime. I've been served in the Toronto Police Chinese Consultative Committee for more than 10 years. I know what the organization of Toronto Police Service as well as the community needs. So my first priority is to fight crime. I will suggest to set up a permanent robbery squad team in Toronto with discussion with the police chief. Secondly, I will increase the popularity of TTC. As we are aware, the TTC ridership has been dropped down because of the pandemic and also the COVID-19. We find out after the office hour we-end, only a few people ride the TTC. If I become mayor, I would suggest the TTC to give a senior after the office hour, in the weekend, in the holiday, free ride on TTC. This is as our compliment for them as well to increase the ridership for TTC. And also, I also would like to set up a mental hotline for those people in need. Okay, so people with a mental need can call the hotline. Because now we have a 311 hotline, we have the other hotline. I would suggest to set up a 711 hotline for the mental health issue. And also we have multicultural as well. We have a lot of interpreters in that hotline that will address the need of different ethnic groups. And also I will cut the taxes or freeze the taxes because everyone knows the inflation rate is very high in Toronto. Many people live in very squeezed budgets on their daily living. So if I become a mayor, I will freeze all the GD expenses, freeze all the councillor salary, freeze all the unnecessary expenses. On the other hand, I will increase the resources by selling those unnecessary property of the city. And also, I'm concerned about those homeless. Those homeless, I will set up a special team to discuss and see how can we increase the non-profit home or low-income housing for them. And also, I'm not agree to increase the power of the mayor because like we need work with the harmony of the councillor and then city management to work for better Toronto. So I do not agree to use the power by the provincial government to give the mayor a special power to fire or hire some management. We need to discuss it with the councillor, city management to work a harmonious team to work for the city. Finally, I want to make Toronto an international city, a city with diversity, well known by the international from Asia, by doing a lot of art festival, street festival, and all other activity too. So thanks again for having me speech here. I hope we can help Toronto become a better city and international city. Thank you.
好，謝謝陸炳忠先生。
英文名係叫 Annie Chan， 中文名陳麗玲，係萬錦市第3選區市議員嘅候選人嚇。咁我稍稍講下我自己嘅背景啦。咁我1987年已經係移民加拿大㗎嚇，我喺加拿大就讀書讀中學、讀大學，跟住我就由1997年已經喺萬錦市住㗎啦，所以我對萬錦市咧就係即係個發展都好熟悉啦。咁我自己本身啦嚇，咁就做 community works 咧喺社區度咧已經做咗15年以上啦。咁所以我自己本身係個地產經紀，同埋我幫助好多新移民啦，同埋small family 咧就settlement 係即係 settle 喺萬錦市咧，亦都幫咗好多包括即係幫佢哋即係揾家庭醫生什麼，我都好幫助佢哋喺萬錦市 settle down。咁所以咧，即係我嚟緊如果我可以喺萬錦市第3區服務嘅話咧，我希望就即係可以因為疫情之間啦，我希望boost翻我哋嘅經濟 back on the track，and then 我亦都希望即係呢段時間好多呢個即係打劫其他嘅嗰方面啦，所以希望 stop the crimes，and then 我亦都希望，因為我哋區入邊亦都將會有約克大學啦。所以我希望嗰個公共設施上面咧，亦都係個配套咧，叫做希望做得更完善，加埋個交通啦、交通網絡啦嚇。咁另外咧就係我亦都希望即係幫到更多嘅新移民嚟 settle 喺萬錦市啦，同埋小家庭，因為我哋嘅校區係非常之好啦。咁另外就係我希望長者服務啦 ，senior servicing 啦，我希望亦都做得更完善，亦都可以 upgrade 得個配套更加做得好。咁嚟緊即係我出嚟選舉嘅原因就係我希望為到女士可以 voice of something， 可以代表女士可以行出一步為社區做啲嘢。咁我希望大家俾個機會我服務呢個社區第3區，多謝你哋。而我哋我個 website 係如果 detail 可以我哋 WhatsApp 我個 website 係www.anniechan.info。多謝各位 ，Thank you very much。
大家好，晚安，我是邵浩然 Michael Shiu， 我是荔枝文山第6区的候選人 Michael Shiu 邵浩然。首先多謝你們的邀請，我過來幫我宣傳。我是那個新時代電視的前主播，跟那個加拿大中文電台的時事節目的前主持。我進來去拍門拍了很多，我收到那個荔枝文山第6區的居民的很多的聲音，其中最大他們的關注的點就是公共安全。他們都說他們有很多經驗，就是爆車。他們的車一早醒來的時候，是拿車的時候，他們的車裡面就是亂的一團的，就是呢賊人進去把他們的財物偷去，但是車還在。 所以我当选的第一个要做的事情就是跟那个 York Region 的 Police 加强我和他们的合作，希望列治文山的居民可以有一个更太平、更安全的社区。第二，还有就在我的区有一个 TOC 的 project， 就是 Transit Oriented Communities， 跟那个地市跟那个 Young Street 的地市是下面是通的，但是很多居民都关心，如果那个 Young Subway extend to Young Street， 他们的交通就会非常的繁忙，所以他们另外一个关注的要点就是 Young Street 的交通，希望那个 TOC 的 project 不要对那个 Young Street 的交通造成太大的压力。这个我会反映给那个省府听他们的关注。今天非常热闹，所以我希望大家可以上我的网站 michaelshield.ca 了解我的背景、我的工作、我的经验。我希望可以为列治文山第6区的居民服务。谢谢，刚刚2分钟，谢谢。
好，感谢邵。
大家晚上好。我是陈楚标，标签。我今年是选举万锦市第3区市议员的候选人。我是退休的多伦多警察，当年媒体的陈警官，电台的 Butcher， 那就是我。那希望呢，换一个平台，将来呢，对社区能提供更多的贡献、帮助。今天晚上呢，也非常感谢主办方邀请我这里来。那我的网站呢是 billchen.ca， 有英语，有中文繁体，有简体。其他工作方面呢，我相信呢，跟警察的沟通呢，我会比其他人更方便。所以呢，希望大家呢多留意。我的口号是什么？万锦要改变，全靠你一票；萬錦要改變，全靠你一票。請大家多多投票，謝謝。
感謝標哥，感謝標哥。
大家好，我就叫封啟剛，英文名咧就叫 Frank Fong。我嚟咧Mississauga 嘅。Good evening, everyone. My name is Frank Fan. I'm running for City Councillor in Mississauga, Ward 9. I wish you guys pay much attention to Ward 9 in Mississauga. 我叫方启刚，来自密西沙加。根据网站上的统计，2017年密西沙加呢就是82万人。如果大家研究一下密西沙加的话呢，密西沙加从这个城市成立到今天，还没有一个华裔背景的人选上过议员、市长或者 school trustee level。So 作为媒体的话呢，我希望你们引起关注。密西沙加就是西边的一个城市，82万的一个城市，从来没有一个华裔背景的人当选过 school trustee, city councillor or mayor。So please pay much attention to Ward 9 in Mississauga. Thank you.
谢谢黄先生，我们希望。
尊敬的各位来宾、各位朋友，大家晚上好。我是孙晓明 ，Sophia 孙，我现在在竞选万锦市 York Region Councillor。我的选区包括万锦市的从第1区到8区，也就是整个万锦市都是我的选区。我 focus on 我的 platform 也是我最 focus 最关心的问题，就是推动万锦地区经济的发展，给老人提供更好的服务，给青少年更多的锻炼的机会，维护社区治安，进一步提高社区治安的管理。我在这里今天看到这么多的华裔候选人都在这儿，非常高兴。现在可以很明显的看到，我们华裔的参政热情很高。我希望在未来有多一些的我们华裔的 Regional Councillor、华裔的 City Councillor 出来为我们华裔做事儿。
我是20多年前一家3口移民到加拿大的，我体会了移民的艰辛与不易。2014年，我曾经选过同样的选区，也是 Regional Council。虽然我知道竞选很不累，虽然我知道竞选当中有很多的艰难与挑战，但是我对这个竞选这件事儿仍旧是充满热情，充满希望。我希望能够得到更多的Markham的市的居民的支持，在大家的支持下，我希望我能够有机会赢得这次选举。谢谢大家。
好，各位嘉宾、各位媒体人士，感谢你们提供我这个机会来介绍我自己。我叫裴卫东，我是多伦多教育局第12选区的教育委员的候选人。我是一名全科牙医，同时我也是美国植牙协会认证的植牙专家。同时，我也是一名老师。当我在多伦多大学获得双博士以后，我留校做了8年的临床指导老师，所以我对教书育人、为人师表深有体会。同时，我也是一名2个孩子的父亲。我热衷于公益事业，作为复旦大学的校友，复旦大学校友会举行的任何活动，我都热情地参与和支持。其中，复旦大学3个运动队每年参加的高校杯，包括乒乓球、羽毛球还有排球，都是由我来赞助的。我的2个孩子，女儿已经上大2了，她也是在多伦多教育局公校学习和毕业的。我的小儿子也是在多伦多公校 Claude Watson School for the Arts 上8年级。在过去的2年，我作为这个学校家委会的共同主席，深刻地认识到多伦多教育局前进的方向发生了重大的偏离，因为教育已经不作为根本的基础来向学生传播知识，传播公正、自由、民主的思想，和帮助他们建立独立的人格。所以，我认为现在是时候应该改变了。经过深思熟虑，我决定站出来选举多伦多教育局第12选区 Willowdale 的教育委员。我不知道在座的家长是否知道，过去的1学年，多伦多教育局的公校发生了2起非常恶性的事件，2个学生在学校校区里被其他学生谋杀了。一件事件是在去年的11月份，这个发生在 Victoria Park Collegiate Institute， 一个18岁的前学生把14、15、16岁3个学生用刀子捅伤，其中1名导致了死亡。但是在2月份又发生了1起恶性事件，这是在 David 和 Mary Thompson Collegiate Institute， 1名14岁的9年级的学生用行式的方式对18岁的12年级的学生进行了枪杀，同时他还拿枪对其他的学生进行恐吓。作为一名家长，我看到这个消息，我非常的痛心。各位想一想，如果我们作为为人父母，当我们早晨高高兴兴地把我们的孩子送到学校，但是到傍晚我们不能再见到他的时候，永远都不能见到他的时候，你会怎么想？但是在座的各位，有几位知道这些事件？多伦多教育局的不作为，还有他们的对这些事件的掩盖，对我们所有的家长
和学生是非常不负责任的。这样的教育局是不值得人们信赖的，所以我们需要变革。请大家跟我一起，为一个安全的学校、健康的学校，为我们孩子美好的未来一起奋斗。请大家加入我的团队，帮助我来竞选，让我们为新时代的变革做出我们一个公民所应做出的责任，那就是奋斗不息，永不言弃。感谢。
So, first of all, I want to thank the Canadian Multicultural Media Confederation organize this tonight event. I see a lot of crowds here, and they put up a lot of food for everyone to eat. So I almost tempted to try some of them, but you know, because it was too crowded, I just give up the line. Anyway, to come back to the real story here, today they want to give everyone a chance to say what you want to say. Hopefully, each one of you get lucky to get elected too. You know, because you have a desire to get elected to serve the public. That's a noble idea, but it's not going to be easy. I didn't come with any platform, no brochure to distribute. I'm just going to speak from my heart. If you're not prepared to take a loss, then you shouldn't run for office. Now, all of a sudden, pin drop silent, because everyone expects to win on the first attempt. Well, yeah, you will have lucky candidates like MP Paul Chen, I mean the name going on, but you may have people like me that have to run over and over and over again until finally I succeed, okay? But all I want to tell you is that running for public office is not going to be easy. So you have to have the passion to try to see what you can contribute. If you don't have that passion, then you know this is not the area you should want to get into it, because first of all, you're not going to make money. Okay, you look at some lawyer that giving up profession is not because of money. I'm not going to name people. You know, like my wife used to tell me, I don't understand why you give up a $350,000 job for 1/3 of a salary, $150,000. But yet, there are a lot of my council members that think I make too much money. So, but they didn't realize I used to make more than that, right? So when I tell them, yeah, this is how much I used to make before I came to Markham City, then they realize, you know, I gave up a lot. And my wife still thinks I'm an idiot. Because woman, it's difficult to swallow the pain of financial burden. And it's not easy. So if you want to run for office, first of all, you have to reach out to your partner and make sure they're on side. The reason I got defeated many times is because my wife told me that I'm not ready. And he's right, because I thought I'm ready. But if your partner thinks you're not ready, then you better listen and you better pay attention. So there is a reason why she tried to tell you, to try to educate you. So that's what my mistake, I didn't listen. So I lost. Each time I lost, each time I learned. And you won't believe, ultimately, and she said, on my 5th attempt, this is your last chance. And I remember the date, October 25th, 2010. I came out from my house. My wife said, remember, if tonight you don't make it, please go up to the podium and bid farewell to the audience, because you did your best. If people still don't want you to represent them, you have to admit that you've done enough. So with that, it was very difficult that night, because, you know, only in my heart I know I may have to go for the 6th time, because a week ago, she came to my office. It just happened that Korean friend put up a plaque of Abraham Lincoln. You know how many times Lincoln ran, right? 7 times, before he finally became the greatest American president. So my wife, when he looked at that picture, she's asked me a very funny question. you're not telling me you're going to run for 7 times, do you? Okay, so I was not prepared to give her the answer. But my truth is, I am prepared to run for 7 times. If it take that long, because I want to break Abraham Lincoln record. But luckily, on that night, when we came out from our home, and you won't believe it, 2 years ago, I have a health issue. I got stroke, I almost died. But I'm standing in front of you, I'm healthy, but I'm not. But I learned a lesson. I'm trying to, take care of my own body now. So on that night, when we walk into the campaign office, half an hour later, the polls start coming in, and it came from the area that I'm used to be very weakest, which is Markham Thornhill. I was behind 300-400 votes. And my wife looked at me, my face was red. She was scared I may have another heart attack. So she grabbed me and locked me up in a room. And in that half an hour, it's very difficult because I don't know what's going to happen to me, because all in my heart I know that I will run for 6 times even though I lose that night. But half an hour later, he knocked on my door, he said, now you can come out because you are leading by 3,000 votes. Alright, so to make the story short, I came home that night, I asked her a very point-blank question, are you really serious? If I lose tonight, you're not going to allow me to run? You know her answer? You have tortured our family enough already with 4 losses. You almost bankrupt the family. When I came over from Sweden, I have no mortgage. But now I have mortgage on my house because of my loss. Now, I want to sum up, because that night is very special because she say, alright, she want to make it. I try to speak from my heart. Anyway, all I want to end up is, I wish every one of you that are taking your time to put your name forward to run for office, work hard. There's no easy way, okay? Only by showing up in front of your audience, in front of your voter, people will start to recognize you and finally, they will give in and say, okay, I better support this guy and put him in. Okay, congratulations to all of you. Wish every one of you are successful. Thank you.
Everyone. Well, I'm so happy to be here this evening, and thank you so much to Canadian Multicultural Media Confederation for hosting this event. Moon Festival is one of the main events for Chinese culture. So, 祝大家中秋节快乐. At the same time, I also wanted to say that in 2014, I was very, very lucky. Ran the first time and then won as well. And I was also the first Chinese female got elected in the city of Markham. And then that year, my mayor also appointed me as the vice chair of budget. And then the subsequent election in 2018, I got elected, and I was also got appointed as the chair of budget. And I believe that I'm actually the first Chinese and also female to be the budget chair at City of Markham as well. Thank you. So I think that all these breaking history moment, what I wanted to say is that I really, really wanted to say congratulations, not only for all those people who actually put their name forward to run for office, but in particular for female candidates as well. We need way more of that. Thank you. And when I look at across City of Markham Council, we only have 3 female candidates. It's only 2 Chinese female. And I want to see that in 2022, we're adding more female on City of Markham Council. And more importantly, when I look at York Region across, I saw only 1 or 2 female on the entire York Regional Council. And I saw that there are a few female regional candidates here, whether they're running for mayor or regional councillor. I really wish them all the best because we need more female voices at the York region level as well. So with that, I just wanted to say congratulations everyone. I wish you a great experience running for this election. And at the same time, happy Moon Festival. Don't eat too much, okay? Thanks.
Amazing, amazing.
My name is Sandra Young-Rocco. I'm actually the city councilor from the city of Vaughan, but I'm also I put my name in to become the mayor of the city of Vaughan. It is a challenging, I guess a challenging campaign, but I know it's going to be a very rewarding campaign. First of all, I want to say thank you to the organizer, the CMMC, for putting this together, for allowing the various candidates to put their name forward to be able to actually speak in front of all of you. I think it's very important that this is the most important decision when you actually put your name forward. I've been a city councillor for 18 plus years, so I've been here for 5 terms. In fact, I am the longest running Asian elected official in the entire York region. One of the things that we need to understand when you're running is that you need to, first of all, be passionate. If you're not passionate about the job, there's no point you get going because you won't win. You need that passion in order to win. And so everyone, I'm thinking that put their name in because they are passionate about wanting to represent their municipality, their area, their trustee, whatever it is. Secondly, it's about actually going there, knocking on doors and talking to people, listening to people, listening to what they have to say, listening to what their issues are. Never make empty promises. I know that many of our candidates go out there because they really want to please the people. They say, oh yes, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do this. They're going to come back and they say, well, you said you're going to do this. Why haven't you done it? You said you were going to do that. Why haven't you done it? People need to understand the complexity of how to get things done within any levels of government, but more so in the municipal. Because in the municipal election, you can't hide behind anyone. You are who you are. You're accountable for what you do. You're accountable for your action, for your decision. In the provincial and federal election, you have bureaucrats behind you. You have a party that actually protects you. Not so in a municipal election. And it's unfortunately, people take municipal election lightly. In fact, municipal election is the most important election for everyone. Why? Because it touches on every one of you from services perspective, whether it's snow removal, garbage pickup, programs, community programs, libraries, whatever it is, it touches on you directly. And therefore, that's why I always say to everyone, municipal election is the most important. We must get everybody out. Everyone has to exercise their right, exercise their vote. But what they have to do also is they have to be educated about the candidates that are running, that are representing. And you have to make sure that they align with your philosophy. They must be aligning with what you think that the city should be. That's how you get a good candidate. Experience does matter. I know some people go, oh, the experience does matter. Because without experience, you don't know how to maneuver. I can tell you that when I first got elected back in 2003, I didn't know a lot of things. I had to do a lot of learning. I had to do a lot of reading. I had to do a lot of understanding in order to know how to move things forward. And each and every one of you, especially the new ones, that is what your first term is going to be. That is what you're going to have to do, is learn how to move forward within your municipality, within your role. But I want to say congratulations to each and every one of you for putting your name in, because that is your first step. Now the hard work starts. It's time for you to go out, knock on doors, and talk to everyone. I wish everyone a very successful journey. It doesn't matter if you don't win, because you know what? Losing is probably the best game that you will ever find. So congratulations, and I wish everyone a happy Mid-Autumn Fest.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sandra.
谢谢. Thank you so much. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to be here. My name is Isa Lee, a councillor candidate for Ward 8, City of Markham. I got to practice more. 大家好，我是李思远，我是万锦市第8区市议员的候选人。非常感谢大会的邀请，再一次来到新动力传媒跟大家见面。再一次恭贺就是华人团体联盟的这一次的活动完满成功。我知道刚才呢，我们的杨议员呢，还有其他我们区议员李国贤先生还有其他的代表呢，万锦市的 代表都已经上台了再一次呢，我也不说太多，希望大家呢今天有一个美好的晚上。再一次感谢大家希望大家等往后呢，等一下也有一些就交流的时间大家也要好好享受。感谢，非常感谢，谢谢。Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much. And I actually came here a bit earlier, but I was parking my car outside. The reason for that is when I entering the entrance here, I see so many people all dressed up, and I just came out from knocking on door, and so I kind of like, look, should I come in or not come in? But anyway, thank you for the host for kind of like grab me, and here I am. Congratulations to the Confederation. I think this is a fantastic organization promoting the relationship between Canada and China. As well, this is an organization that definitely promoting the multiculturalism and the unity of all community together. So this is great. I know it formed recently, but I look forward for great success of this confederation. I myself, yes, my name is Michael Chen, and I used to work for the provincial government, and many people ask me why should I get back to the provincial, from the provincial politics to municipal politics, and there are several reasons. But one reason that I'm going to break to you is related to American politics. A few years ago, and when Biden declared that he wants to be the president and run for the president of America, I kind of like, wow, this guy is old, and he's he's older than me, but he became the American president. And then I think a bit deeper. You know what? Donald Trump is also older than me. And I think that much deeper. And I discover the Senate, the American Senate, and also the American House, the two leaders, also older than me. Gosh, I say, look, I always feel that I'm kind of like getting, to that age that I should retire from politics and enjoy life. But those American politicians really motivated me that I should come back to politics. And this is one of the reasons. That's why I'm here standing in front of you, declare and let you know that I'm running for the York Regional Councillor for the city of Markham. By the way, it's 4 positions. So it's, I see Jolie over there, 4 positions. So we can be friends. So anyway, 这个中秋还有2天就到了现在就中国应该是迎月应该是迎月了，就一天就这里了，团团圆圆，我就希望各位和你的家人团圆、健康快乐，谢谢。
你好。Now, could you please time it 3 minutes? You can be my timekeeper because I am looking for donation. I don't want to have to give donation. Okay, my name is Namala Armstrong. I'm asking you to re-elect me because I was a regional councillor from 2014 to 2018. Now, Joe, you talked about lawyers and giving up, their job so that they could work. Well, I'm a lawyer and I'm giving up that job so I could be able to serve the Markham residents. Now, when you talk about regional councillor, it's indicated there are 4 positions. There are about 11 of us running for 4 positions. The 4 highest will get elected. So just keep that in mind. You're not voting for 1 person, 2, 3. You're voting for 4 of us. So don't waste your ballot on 1 because 3 more will be elected. So use it wisely. Now, I want you to know what exactly is a regional councillor. We have 9 municipalities in York region. 9. We are in the city of Markham. So a regional councillor is a dual seat. You sit on the city of Markham council and you look at all the things that's happening in Markham. Then you go to York Region Council and you sit there. And you're correct, Councillor Amanda Colucci. There were only 3 or 4 women when I was on as a regional councillor, and now I think there's only about 2. And if we don't elect more females as a regional councillor, it's going to be, you know, we talk about diversity here. This is what this is all about. So I'm asking you to please step forward and vote. Why me? Well, we talk about serving the community. I could say to you that I've been serving the community for 30 years. When the Queen came out with the Golden Jubilee in 2002, I was a recipient. When the Queen came out with a Diamond Jubilee in 2012, I was a recipient. When the Queen came out with the Platinum Jubilee in 2022, I am a recipient. 30 years of serving the community, and I want to continue to serve the community. Now, in Markham, I had the pleasure with co-chairing with our Mayor Frank Scapetti on the university campus, York University. And I can safely say to you, it's going to open up in 2023. We talk about our children, our grandchildren, going to university rather than going outside. They're going to be able to stay in Markham. So that's one of the things that I want to continue with and have that open in 2023. If it's not open in 2023, we will push it to get it open as soon as possible. And I need your help in that. We just came out of a pandemic. No one is talking about mental health issues, suicidal rates, increase, domestic violence, all these things. As a regional councillor, we also look at that, not just with development. Another thing I'm interested in is sustainable development. Did you know that we're getting a subway here in Markham? Yes, we are. In Richmond here. Markham. So we're talking borderline. But did you know that we're going to have about 40, 80-story buildings being developed in that area? Could you imagine the population? We talk about traffic. Well, my goodness, there's going to be a lot of traffic. So you need someone who is experienced to go back and continue the job and work for you. So I'm asking you to please put me down as one of your 4. You've got great candidates, and I'm hoping that you'll see me as one of those great candidates. Thank you so much. And I want to say thank you to CMMC and Zinflix for everything that you've been doing, because you've given us a platform. It's very multicultural. And to each and every one of you, happy Mid-Autumn Festival. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. If you look at my logo here, votelynda.ca. My name is Linda. I'm running for City Councillor for Richmond Hill, Ward 6. 各位来宾，中秋节快乐！各位来宾，晚上好。我是 Linda， 我是列治文山第6区的市议员候选人。因为时间关系呢，我们有义工在那边准备一些材料。如果想了解更多关于我的话呢，请跟我们的义工联系，或者呢到我的网站，不好意思，votelynda.ca 去知道更多关于我信息。我呢在列治文山呢住了20多年，我的基本上呢20多年呢在我们社区呢都有在服务，包括了 Uncle Chen 是我爸爸的好朋友，还有我们潮州会馆黄会长也是我们多年的爸爸的好朋友。所以呢我在这社区呢其实大家也是有了解的。而我自己今年呢刚好得到了英女王70周年白金的社区服务奖。我自己本身呢是在约克大学政治系毕业，然后到了 Ivy 去读 MBA。那么关于更多我的信息呢，就希望到官网去了解一下。我希望可以担任列治文山的市议员。谢谢大家。
你好。All right. Well, I'd like to thank the CMMC for inviting me here. My name is Reginald Tull. I'm running for Mayor of Toronto. And I'm very excited to be here today. I'm very excited to see the diversity, and I'm very proud of this organization for organizing this and bringing us together. And it's very important for us to come together like this. Earlier in a speech, there was something mentioned about racism and discrimination. And I believe that if we can learn and teach our kids about the different cultures, the different races, the different languages and just about each other, that will reduce racism and violence in the city. And we need to learn how to work together and to get along, right? And what we need to do is we need to build together. We need to build our communities. We need to build our city. And we need to work together to do that. And what I have seen over the last 8 years was nothing but the same. And over the last 8 years, homelessness has not been reduced. Poverty has not been reduced. There has been no jobs created. And violence is even more than it was 8 years ago. And if you've done nothing for the past 8 years, why are you asking for the same job? I think it's time for somebody to retire, and I think it's time for change in Toronto. And the only way we're going to have change is if we vote for change. My name is Reginald Tull. October 24th, you come out, you vote for Reginald Tull as Mayor of Toronto, and I will reduce crime. I will reduce violence in the city. I have a zero tolerance for gun violence, and what we're going to implement is 25,000 hours of community service for the first offense with a gun, even if it's just possession of a gun. What we're going to do is we're going to create jobs. We're going to implement the plastic to fuel initiative, which is going to create over 30,000 jobs, bring 300 million jobs, $300 million into the city, and that's what we're going to do. And we have to focus also on the homelessness issue. Now, what the current government has done was he spent over $300 million to put the homeless inside hotels. And that money will never be returned back to the city. What we should have done with that money is create co-ops and affordable living and shelters in order to give homeless people an opportunity to get back on their feet. So on October 24th, what we need to do, what are we going to do? We're going to vote for what? We're going to vote for Tull. And Tull represents change. Thank you very much once again for having me.
Speech. I think every year, every 4 years, federal, provincial, and the city level, we vote. Vote for what? Vote for change. Vote for better life. Vote for brighter future. I am running for city councilor for Scarborough Aging Court. And I hope we can have a better 4 years life in the future. Thank you. My name is Bill Wu, and we can talk more later. Thank you.
I would like to everyone get it together. Round of applause for two teams. Number one is the organizers. Without them, we cannot make it tonight. It's a wonderful celebration for our Chinese traditional festival, Moon Festival. Number two is a round of applause for you all. You know what? Round of applause first, and then, you know why? Oh, you thank you. Okay, you know why? Because you give the platform for our candidates to present ourselves and let you is promoting civic education. Who am I? Carol Chan. Oh yeah, Carol Chan. You know what? I'm the very active and committed members of the Richmond Hill Ward 6 for over 30 years. And number two, why I'm running for the election is because I promote civic education. Don't you agree? 公民教育做得好，社区国家更进步，对不对？ Wow! Now, number three, you know why I run the councillor? Because Chinese voices need to be heard. Do you agree? 我们的华语的声音有，我们政府要听我们的诉求，对不对？ Number three, why I run for the regional, for the city councillor? Because for the last 4 years, only one female available at the Richmond Hill Council. Oh come, how come? Raise the ladies' voices. We need to be balanced. Do you agree? That's why Carol Chan need to be one of the teammates next term. With Carol Chan, what is it? Okay, easy to remember my platform. It is Carol Chair. Now, I have my priorities. C is for civic education and engagement. Agree? C. Okay. Now, A is action. No, just talk. Action. Because we have a lot of action plan. I echo you, not just talk. We have to know what is going on, what's the priorities, and do actions. Number 3, R. Whoa, what's the R for? Ladies and gentlemen, what's the priority for R? What is the R for? R is for recreation, park. You know why? It's so important for our mental health and physical health. You know, I'm an educator for 30 years. You know what? Without mental health, without physical health, without social health, oh my goodness, can you imagine? 20 years after, it's a mess. But now, with those 20 years after, we don't need to fix so many issues. Oh, what's O for? Ladies and gentlemen, what's the O? O is the opportunities for job and for business. You know why? Because I would like to team up with you, to promote a vibrant city. Why 充满动感的都市？那怎么成呢？就是 with you all team up together with all more and more job opportunity in Richmond Hill and in York region. L, oh my goodness, last not the least, L is a leadership. With our great leadership, you can make a big difference. Agree? Okay, thank you so much. So on October 24th,
thank you.
Yeah, October 24th, vote for Carol. What? Chen. This is the way I resolve my problem. Chen. Okay, thank you.
我叫 Andrei Zodian. 我很高兴认识你们。I'm not sure if that's correct. All right. Thank you. I'm running for City Council in Ward 10, Spadina, Fort York. As you probably know, this is the ward that hosts the amazing Chinatown, and it is obviously downtown, and it's an important ward. Some of my ideas include setting up emergency shelter sleeping pods in government buildings to deal with the homeless crisis in our parks. And this is just as a first step in addressing homelessness. Sleeping pods take little space, they're cheap to administer, we can scale them up fast. And it is one way we can address this issue without spending a lot of money, which is a problem in our city. And a second issue is blanket Wi-Fi coverage downtown, as my friend here mentioned. This is Reginald. This is an issue that John Tory cannot possibly address, because being on the Rogers payroll, he cannot provide the leadership to help our citizens with internet and cell phone access, which because of the oligopolistic market and the failure to address competition, is one of the highest, the most expensive in OECD, in comparable countries. So this is why the city could take some leadership and spur development and an economic renewal, really, with such an initiative. And we also need more parks and greenery in the downtown core. And again, this is something I can help with. And my website is vote.andre.zodian.net. And I invite you to read it if you or to visit it if you're in the downtown core. And with that, I would like to again thank our hosts for this wonderful evening.
Thank you so much.
And I don't want to owe you $2,000, so I'll just pass the microphone.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Okay, thank you so much. Our last candidate.
黄，中文名字黄胜。So I try to use Chinese first, then I try briefly in English. 我这次参选万景市第3选区渔人村选区的市议员，是从今年8月份开始的。可能我在所有的候选人中间，我是最后一个起步出发，但是我的心并不是刚刚开始。我奉献社区、服务社区的这颗心，是从我在多伦多大学读建筑学研究生的时候就已经有了。我是组织了第一次多伦多大学中国学生回祖国支教团队的领队，那是20年前的事情了。所以在支教的过程中间，我深刻的体会到，虽然我们在加拿大，我们从中国来到加拿大，但是我们的故乡有很多的孩子，很多的家庭需要我们的关心和我们的爱护。尤其当我们到了四川山区小学，和孩子们住在一起、生活在一起的时候，我们更加体会到了，其实我们比这些孩子们更需要爱，更需要关心，更需要真情实感。久居城市的人已经学会了逢场作戏，见风使舵，追求名利，忽视了你的初心，忽视了你从娘胎来的时候你需要的什么。你需要的不过是空气、阳光和母亲对你的爱。可是我们随着一天天的长大，随着一天天在社会上挣一点钱养家，然后又想挣一点面子，谋取名利的时候，我们丢掉了自己的初心。之后我就一直参与社会的义工，无偿的为大家服务。虽然我作为一个职业的规划师、建筑师，我也主持了非常重大的项目。在中国，我主持了2个万达文化旅游城的项目；在多伦多，我主持了绿地军峰大厦设计和规划项目。但是我觉得我是一个服务社会的人，我是一个终身的社会服务工作者，我并不是一个建筑师，也不是一个 professional。I'm just a social worker。所以从今年3月份开始，我们万景渔人村遭遇了史上最大的一次，可以说社区霸凌，就是我们 No Frills 广场竟然在政府的支持下申请建10栋48层的高层住宅楼，罔顾我们渔人村社区历史文化的背景，要在我们万景渔人村 Unionville 去建10栋超高层住宅区，没有任何的市政配套，15000人入住，3000个儿童要入住学校。可是我们渔人村没有任何的加建学校的计划，更不要谈社区服务、医疗设备和交通设施的扩容增加。这样的项目竟然就在我们加拿大万景市走上了最后的 statutory public hearing。
目前全球好同时拥有建乡、离乡2口兄弟建乡公益，采集与高粱无因子。
1 second.